the Bubba the Love Sponge show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
Describing shit
Test.
with their hands.
Yeah, go.
We're on?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome tonight to the first Bubba the Love Sponge roast. And we're here tonight to both heckle and honor our friend, our boss, our family, Bubba the Love Sponge. You know, this isn't his first roast, and hopefully he won't be getting emails from PETA, because his first roast didn't go quite as well as we wanted it to. But tonight, I think it's going to have a better outcome. We may be getting letters, it's just not going to be from PETA. And hopefully we'll stay on the channel for the entire roast and we'll get kicked off for things we say. And I just want to say ahead of time, if we do say something that offends you, bothers you, you think it's just patently wrong to say, go fuck yourself. Now tonight, I have the honor of first introducing our first roaster, who will also be calling out our bits tonight. Now, you know, Lummy's kind of hard to make fun of because he's such a nice guy, but you know, I'm pretty sure he's about this close to popping. And when he does, he's gonna rip my arm off and beat Bubba to death with it. But he won't be able to catch me, because he's slow. He's like really slow. And you know, Deion may have been here tonight, and I was gonna talk about how he isn't Deion Sanders. But I do love Lummy, and you know, he's a guy that can, you know, the speed of his fastball is higher than his IQ. So it's kind of easy to tease him. It's just not really fair, because you know, the goats outsmart him, the ducks outsmart him, the rats outsmart him. It's all right, Lummy. We do love you though. But you know, he's also, you know, a guy that always says yes. And you know, sometimes that gets him in trouble. When he thought his wife was saying, hey, let's beg tonight. It hurts. It hurts. This is not humor. Come on. This asshole's the size of Lincoln Tunnel. But let me introduce.
Audience, feel free to choose.
So you want to do fake jokes? Okay. I know the limits now. I know where I stand. You can tookie all you want. I got the mic though. I can't tookie back. So let me introduce our first roaster. None other than Warren Garrison Lummy, everybody's favorite.
He's slow. I'm so sorry in advance.
I had to carry this heavy belt up here, as obviously the show champion currently with my trapper keeper. So just give me a second while I get my notes. Takes me a second. Hi, Bubba. You're very close to me.
I can't look at your guy.
All right.
Never look me in the eye.
No, I will not. What's up, everybody?
What's up, Bubba?
I just want to, everyone, remember these are jokes. As Bubba would say, we're in what business?
Show business.
Show business, that's right. Now, Seth is not here tonight, but he is watching from his house. So let's give it up from Seth. Yeah, Seth is back. All right, let's go. Obviously, Bubba has a glutton for pain. Let's think of the former employees he has fired or quit him, and he brought him back, or at least helped him. Seth, Cowhead, Spice Boy, Big Dick, Tuttle, One-Eyed Terry. Jesus, who else is Bubba thinking about bringing him back that hasn't fucked him? 25. Ouch. Yeah, it sure did. Dr. Dan, let's give it up for him. I mean, listen, it's a tough game. He's never done it. His brother is already getting after him. He had some jokes fall flat on him. Dr. Dan, you were doing a great job hosting. I know it's already like, it's only been a little bit, what, couple minutes?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Well, I'm first up here.
Yeah, great job.
And you also... You did a lot better than you did at batting practice. I haven't seen a more in shape guy swing and miss at so many hanging balls other than Dark Match Steve. He's here. man is a husband, a father, a respected doctor, a lawyer, a football coach, a race car driver, and he is so good at everything he does. The only thing he isn't good at is pleasuring his wife. And luckily, that's only 60 seconds of his day. No wonder Romina always has a pissed off look when you see her, because she always wants that 60 seconds back that she can never get. Jay Diaco's here. Well, Jay Diaco's here, Dr. Dan's brother, who he thinks he is in shape. Wait, there is no point to even roast you, because you won't even hear me and even let me talk, because you always interrupt no matter who talks. What do you get when you add big choppers, a fake smile, a fake personality, with someone with great hair? Anna Hummel, nice to see you. Anna, you look great tonight. While others have called her career lazy, guns and raisins, horse teeth, big nose, Anna, I won't even take that low-hanging fruit, no matter what they say. I'm German and Italian, and Anna and I really have bonded over these last couple of weeks. And we found out that I have a close uncle who is my lampshade next to my bed. No. It's a German joke, yeah. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, listen, it's crazy how much Hitler hated the Jews, and he never met Anna. And talking about teeth, yeah, I know Babyface is here. Jesus, Babyface, your teeth look like a row of urinals. Every time you talk, I want to piss in your mouth. Where's your typical snowflake liberal? He's jealous of Dr. Dan. I mean, Dr. Dan rose up with a six-pack of abs. Babyface is drinking a six-pack of White Claws. Dr. Dan has a nice smile. Babyface has to pay for his smile. Babyface deals with grandmas that got into a rear-ended car wreck, while Dr. Dan's dealing with hot chicks that like getting rear-ended. Dr. Dan is living the greatest life you've ever known. But Brian is a great lawyer. He's a great father, a great co-host. If only he was a great man with some balls. Tara and Janie Cakes are here. You're looking beautiful. You guys look amazing. Tara, you always look great. Janie Cakes, you look great too. Thank you so much for coming. Bubba's exes prayed, Janie, that you would have just went to the trampoline place a couple more times so they didn't have to deal with Bubba's shit for as long as they did. Rebecca didn't want to have to wipe his ass. Heather didn't have to deal with this shit. And even Tom Bean said, fuck, I wish I didn't have to deal with them since 1993.
Are you speaking for Tom now?
Sorry. Yes. He sent me a text.
He sent me a text.
Rhett's here. Thank you, Rhett, for making it happen. He's in the back. He's not up here roasting everyone. I didn't want to say, I didn't want to badmouth Rhett tonight, because obviously God already did that. But poor Scout. Scout's been in and out of more black women's trailers in Arcadia because of her father. Last time I saw a dog around that many people, Michael Vick was there. Tom B is here. Woo! Woo! Thank you for the dominoes, Tom. Yes, it's a very rare appearance. I've heard the phrase a lot, Tom B is cool. And you know what? I'm starting to think Button Up Bean might be the coolest motherfucker around. I love dominoes. Who else doesn't love dominoes? Thank you, Tom. That's it. I'm not going to attack Tom.
Full price for my dominoes.
Oh, well then, come on, Tom.
I didn't want to bug him.
But let's just go to the main reason why I'm here. We're all here. Bubba the Love Sponge. Well, people will make fun of your weight and how you've lost everything tonight. But you always got beautiful women. It's crazy. You've ruined more beautiful moms in Tampa than lawsuits you settled. You are the ultimate proof that money buys pussy. I mean, wow. How do I roast a man that has been a father figure, a mentor, a godlike figure to me? This has been the hardest 2 months of my life to come up with things to roast you about. I'm the first up at this roast, and that's a lot of pressure. But Bubba, honestly, I'm so thankful for the opportunity to have learned all the ins and outs of the radio profession. I don't know where to start, but here's a few. You taught me how to be a successful radio personality, how to navigate the industry and its waters, how to build relationships, and most importantly, you showed me how to build a family. Bubba, thanks to you, I'm a family man. I love my wife, Ashley, and son, Walker. But here are some other life skills you taught as well. How to ruin a successful radio show, how to navigate the industry, how to get sued by your best friend, and how to lose a family. Let's hope I'm not over 4 like you. But seriously, Bubba, I am so honored at the opportunity to be in the same room with you. You are truly like a father to me, and I appreciate everything you have done for me and my family. I will never forget all the punishments you put me through, from the dominatrix beating me, with no safe word, to even talk the 500-pound grizzly bear 69ing me, to the woman with high heels stepping in my belly button. You did it for me because you wanted to show me your love. And Bubba, I thank you, and I love you as a father, and I will always appreciate you. Thank you, Bubba. And thank you, Bubba Army. Thank you so much. So let's go.
Now, Lummy, aren't you so good it's over?
Yeah, he's right away. Yeah, good job, Lummy. It's just a matter of time before your son stops talking to you. I'm glad that he figured out which breasts to suck on, so he thrives. He's gonna be bigger than you, and it's just a matter of time before he kicks your ass as well, even if he's moderately fast. We have a lot of friends on the show, and but Lummy, do you want to do any announcements real fast on bits?
We do. We have Curtis Enright, 30 on the Venmo, and 20 from me, Ross, 20 on the Super Chat, and Sam Kidd, 30 on the Cash App.
So remember, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, the Bubba Army.
Always shaking you down.
Always shaking you down, kids. Oh goodness. So yeah, Bubba, we're happy to be here, and I'm glad we came up with this and you agreed to it. This has already been fun, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the night.
We'll do
Our
it
next
year, and you might be the guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's gonna be an annual holiday deal.
okay, that sounds fun. Why not?
After tonight, you may not.
So, my next guest, Roaster, is, my top 5 of, homosexual artists. Right there behind Justin Timberlake and Justin Bieber. But, Elton John and, yeah, of course. Yeah, he was pretty hot. George Michaels was pretty hot. But, I really like Dark Match Steve, and we even worked together one time, and he was just so fun to work with. The guy makes me laugh, and he writes really cool songs about me, which I really appreciate. So, but if it was a matter of fuck, marry, kill, I'd fuck Brian, kill Brian, and marry Dark Match Steve. Dark Match, come on.
Dan's coming out of the closet tonight.
Oh, Jesus. Dan, thank you for that intro. I consider this our first date.
Somebody put a timer on him. Okay?
Oh, shit. Okay, he's a doctor, lawyer, coach, hero, now roast master. Original roast master is Jeff Ross. Dan, you have some really ugly shoes to fill. Jeff Ross looks like Dr. Dan if he was tossing a pizza and it landed on his face. Let's see. Dan, you're so hot, I would fuck your shadow on an ant mound. I would suck off Jeff Ross just to smell your Ferrari exhaust. If Lummy drew a picture of you on a bag of trash, I would fuck that too. Dan, I couldn't come up with any insults, so I'm gonna have to move on. You're too perfect. Jay, I hate to disappoint you. I'm not as gay for you as I am for Dan.
Cool. Jay's fine with that.
Jay, you look like if wait, hold on. Jay, you look like Dan if Dan switched from Camels to Marlboros because he's vegan. Steve Diaco looks like Dan if Dan grew up getting bullied by Dan and having his food portion stolen, which stunted his growth. Why isn't Steve Diaco here? He's retired. He travels. He does whatever he wants. He can go out. Where are you more likely to see Steve Diaco? At a gay bar, a karaoke bar, or a dis bar? Sorry, I thought I fucked up there. Okay. It's a fucking roast. Get into the fucking... Get with it. All right. All right.
Everybody give it up for Dark Knight.
Thank God that was a joke. Okay.
Wrap it up.
All right.
It's way too fucking crazy.
All right, hold on. The Italians from the Jersey Shore are known for gym, tan, and laundry. The Diacos are known for gym, tan, and laundering. Okay, hold on. All right, Lummy, you sweet, beautiful giant. Lummy is bigger than a fridge, and he can fit more liquor in him than one. Dan got the strap for discovering he could cure COVID with ivermectin. Lummy should get the strap for discovering he could cure his autism with alcohol. Lummy doesn't have the good kind of autism like photographic memory and math skills. He has the kind that makes you nonverbal and good at taking abuse. That's exactly the kind that Bubba needs for his show. Lummy hardly talks and he's the most popular, and it's not fair. During a 4-hour show, Lummy's rate of speech is 0.08 words per minute, which is lower than his blood alcohol level when he drives home. Anna, we have our sweet Anna here, our kind, sweet Jewish girl. Anna stays true to her Jewish heritage. She loves free stuff, free tickets, free food, free packages. The only free thing Anna doesn't like is free Palestine. Anna has been learning jiu-jitsu, and she's really good at it. She's moving up in the belt ranks. Unfortunately, she only weighs 90 pounds, so the only people she could beat up are Palestinian kids.
Man, this might get a steep laugh. Goddamn parody guy.
Anna does more prep than a gay prostitute. She's been called career lazy, but really she's career crazy for working for Bubba. You're never going to get hired in radio anywhere else if you get fired from here. You're going to be on hold for over an hour like Tampa Terry trying to sell Bubba a new train horn. Okay, Rhett, I'm moving on here. All right, Rhett.
You're getting close.
Rhett's wiener likes chocolate, and I'm not talking about what he feeds his dog. Red loves big black women, and black women love him. Red uses Popeyes as cologne, or Popeyes gravy as cologne, sorry. Let's see. Big black women love Red because he is ashy, but that's from smoking weed. Red has banged so many big black women, statistically one of them had to be Tyler Perry. All right, everybody hates Brian. Most people hate him because he's a schmarmy, toothy, smart-ass beta male bitch, but those are my favorite qualities about him. I hate Brian because he's my only competition for cutest twink at the BRN. Brian's younger than me, but he looks like he could be my boy toy. Brian looks like he could wear Walker's hand-me-downs. Brian's lawn equipment is made by Mattel and Little Tykes. Let's see, Merch Crick. We all love Merch Crick. She's the best Bubba ever had. She would take a bullet for Bubba, but luckily only had to take a punch. I'm sorry. Merch Crick's diet consists of bread, fries, and packing peanuts. Merch Crick, if you ever have to wipe Bubba's ass, remember, front to back. Tara, it's great to finally see you and Bubba in the same room. Now I know for sure you aren't Bubba in a wig. That's probably why Tara gropes Bubba all the time, because he gets confused. Janie Cakes, your son has terrorized the world verbally for decades. You're like the moral equivalent of a school shooter, but that's okay because those are all false flags. I'm sure it was hard raising Bubba, but at least you saved money on mammograms from him groping your tits. Tom Bean, I don't know.
Easy here on this one, okay?
Okay.
Go hard. Tom Bean.
Tom Bean, I don't know much about Tom Bean, but I can just say Domino's sucks. Domino's pizza is like cigarettes. If I'm drunk, I'll have one, otherwise it's fucking disgusting. These are jokes, people, come on. Okay, Bubba, you're so gay for Dan it makes me uncomfortable. That's mostly jealousy. Did you tell Dan he's getting replaced by Seth? Seth is back and he's gained a bit of weight. Seth gets paid by the hour, but now he looks like he wants to get paid by the pound. I'm up 5 pounds, Sponjo. That's bad news for you.
Started out good, you really fucking.
Alright.
Where's the Bubba stuff?
My favorite thing about the Bubba Show is Hot Mic, where you can hear the hosts talk between segments, and if they mention anything remotely funny or interesting, they're told to shut up and save it for the air. Hold on. No, I got 2 more. Hold on. Here we go. All right, yeah. Bubba, we appreciate you staying in Tampa and entertaining us when we all know you'd rather be back in Indiana. Bubba flew all the way back to Indiana just to coach kids at his old high school. The only people to fly further to play with kids was Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, Bill Gates, the Clintons, Laura Silsby, Chris Tucker, Naomi Campbell, Oprah. So I'm getting out of time here. There's new names coming out this year. Epstein logs. Okay. Bubba, this is my last thing. Bubba, a few years ago, I sent you my first songs, a few short years ago. And I called and I asked for a job. Bubba said, I won't make you an employee, but I'll make you a star. Here we are years later, and I'm neither. But the experience has been absolutely mind-blowing, and it's made me grow as a person. Bubba, I love you, and I love the world that you have allowed me to be a part of. Thank you so much.
Wow, let's hear it from my 3rd most favorite parody guy. I think I'm going to take up on that. I am going to fuck you, Dark Match, and I'm going to split you right up the middle like a wishbone. Spin you like a little propeller, and then take you to dinner. Lummy, what are our latest bids?
And they complain about the steak.
A Hall of Fame Hierarchy 65, $250. Thomas Kinkel is $50. Chow Kondak, $100. Bald Balls Rahana, $25. Rob Green, $150. James Orr, $50. 247 Dynamic Solution, $25. Yeah. James Orr, $50. Big Country, $20. And Austin Graham, $20.
Thank you, Lummy. It's pretty good at reading. I've been doing it for like 2 years. Good job, Lum. So my next guest is someone I've known for a long time. In fact, my whole life. He's a good guy. He wants to be me. He tries to be me. He can surf better than me, and then that's where it ends. He's the one reason that I can't insure my Ferrari on the racetrack anymore. But all kidding aside, he's great at, collecting things, putting them away, and never looking at them again until he sells them and makes a fucking profit. He's like the fucking Midas touch. I mean, literally everything he touches turns to gold. But I just want to introduce my brother and friend and partner and little bitch, Jay Diaco.
We'll start with former partner. I just want to remind everyone as I put my old man glasses on that I'm a lawyer. I'm not a comedian. So, first I want to say that, it's not easy to start off behind Steve. Because when you are behind Steve, he has certain expectations about what's going to happen, and that's not going down with me. So, Steve, my entire life I've been really hit on by gay guys has been very uncomfortable for me. But you know, as I get older, I'm just happy that anyone will hit on me. So if you want to hit on me, it's cool. And unlike Dan, I won't fuck you, but I may let him blow me. So if that's cool, that's all good. So, although I don't have a song for you, and I ask that you please be gentle with me in any parody songs, I do have a rhyme for you that my brother helped me. Hickory dickory dock, Steve was sucking my cock. The clock struck 2, I blew my goo, and Danny pulled out his cock. So, I'll move on to Lummy. Lummy. It's hard to say anything about Lummy without being afraid of him ripping my arms off because he's larger than life.
Oh, thank you.
He reminds me a little bit of a Wookiee. He smells like fish, he's hairy. It's hard to understand when he talks. You just kind of have to understand grunt. Lummy happy. Lummy sad. Lummy drunk. If it wasn't for Ashley, she's like Han Solo, we wouldn't be able to decipher a goddamn thing he's fucking said. So thank you for Ashley for deciphering you, and anything that I say, I apologize. Please don't rip my arms out. I appreciate that. What can I say about Erica? Erica, such an incredible, strong woman. You're beautiful. You are smart. You carry a gun. And like my wife will cut a bitch in a second. She'll shoot you. And if she doesn't get you with the gun, those fucking bazookas will get you every goddamn time. Because she's fucking armed to kill. It's no joke. But, you know, who knew that as a cop, you know, the control of analytical thinking, all the skills that she required, crisis management, dealing with a situation where someone may be a little bit out of control, dealing with maybe a personality that's hard to deal with. Who knew you'd be spending time with Bubba your whole life? All the skills you had as a cop, you're using as your boyfriend, as girlfriend. So, thank God that you were a cop, because now we know you can handle him. Tom Bean. What can I say about you? I'm scared of shit of you. I don't have a fucking thing to say about you. I mean, Cornell fucking used to terrorize the streets of Tampa on a motorcycle. This guy's insane. He wrestles. He could fucking pin Danny in a goddamn second. Everyone thinks he's buttoned up Bean for a reason. It's just because he has a fucking singlet under there. He's ready to grab you and fucking wrestle you out to the ground and fucking kill you. He'll fucking kill you. But, truthfully, Tom, like me, has been kind of a janitor. You know, when I got invited, Bubba called me and he said, you know, Jay, will you do this roast? I was just fucking happy it wasn't a mistake, that goddamn he had a problem I had to fix. So, Tom's like a janitor. He's had to clean up the mistakes his whole life, and he and I do it with a badge of honor. I love helping Tom and helping Bubba, and over the years, it's been an incredible relationship. Brian. What can I say about Brian?
Oh.
Brian's our resident snowflake. He's our resident Democrat. He's our resident beta boy. And Brian, over the years, you know, he used to be my employee. And when he was my employee, we had these same discussions that we had before he was a radio star. And when we would talk about it, I never forget this time where he was telling an employee that he thought he had toxic masculinity. I thought to myself, and I actually said out loud, literally, Brian, you gotta be masculine before you're toxic and masculine. So fucking that doesn't work. He's the antithesis of toxic masculinity. But let me get on to Brian's trial experience. That's it. That's it. If I have any trial fucking questions, I call Bubba. He's fucking 4-0. There's no one I know that's better than Bubba at trials. If I have an evidence question, if I have anything, I ask Bubba. I don't call Brian. Brian's good for research, but for fucking trial work, Bubba's the man. So, Brian, you know I love you, and I'm just joking. And, you know, it's so glad that you found Stephanie. She's an incredible woman. you know, he devoted his entire life to him, so much so he was like Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory. They all slept in a bed during COVID and wondered about how they were fucking going to go outside until he was the first motherfucker that got COVID. We didn't fucking get COVID. We were all here working every day, and this motherfucker, he went to the mall. And we found out from a little fucking mole that Brian was at the mall. And so he infected his entire family, and thankfully they've all lived. Now, Bubba. What can I say about Bubba? It's an incredible relationship to be with Bubba. Bubba has been the most incredible ally I have met my whole life. I mean, and Bubba is the master of self-promotion. I mean, you've got Bubba Radio Network.
We got people calling him bitch.
You've got Bubba, you know, Bubba Army. You got the Bubba Beach Club. You've got every single thing Bubba. The only person I know that markets his name more than him is fucking Trump. God damn, Bubba. What are you gonna do? Bubba University? Bubba fucking ties? You gonna do another goddamn Bubba thing? I can't imagine another Bubba thing that you could do. Bubba Racetrack. I have that true. But the really thing that's incredible, you know, is like Trump.
Bubba gummies.
Like Trump.
Tom Bean approved Bubba gummies.
No doubt. And you should market some weed shit, because I'd buy that in a second. But, you know, like Trump, Bubba's controversial. Trump is controversial. Trump is larger than life. Bubba's larger than life. Trump has a video. Oh, no, he didn't really have a video, but Bubba did. Know what I'm saying, brother? The only Bubba video there is. But I just gotta say, you are a brother to me, Bubba. And like my brother, you tell me things I don't want to hear when I need to hear it. You tell me the truth, and you have unconditional love. And you are loyal to a fault. And so for all the jokes I say, Bubba, I value my friendship with you. I love you like a brother. And you know that there's no bigger compliment that I can give you than I consider you to be my family. Bubba the Love Sponge.
I didn't realize how flat your ass really is. It's unbelievable. Shot a movie on it.
Shot a movie on his ass.
So, Lummy, what's our latest? What's our latest?
Lummy, we're turning around.
Come on, hurry up, Lummy. Come on, this is your job.
Army HQ too now.
Supposed to be ready on cue, bro.
Yeah, promote our Army.
Yeah, drop my mic.
Let's go.
We're cheering your brother, the better looking of
What?
Matt Anderson, 25. Parker Bellamy, 40. Joe Thomas, 20. JHM3, 20. Howard Bigelow, 20. Semi-autograph Travis, 20. Austin Graham, 20. Nikki Peel,
We good? Okay.
It's a lot of money. Appreciate it. Shaking you right down to zero. Bubba Army coming soon, and don't forget Bubba Army HQ, one-stop shopping.
Those are rookie numbers. We gotta pump that shit up, guys.
It's because you're here, Brian.
The money deterrent.
Yeah, he's money repellent.
Money repellent.
Yeah, O'Day Bryan repels everything, including humor. So listen, our next guest is really because Bubba wanted to be more diverse. Someone said you need to hire an African-American woman and came up with fucking Anna. Jesus Christ. She's so fucking weird. I mean, she's really weird. I like her. She's nice. She's thoughtful. She remembers birthdays, which is weird. Everyone's fucking birthday. I mean, like, everyone's birthday. You ask me the garbage man's, mailman's birthday, the bum up the street's birthday. It's unbelievable. But she also has this weird, like, really likes to watch stuff, like watch people eat and watch people, like, you know, mess with food, and she likes to mess with food, and I don't know. I mean, sometimes she's kind of hot. Think about fucking her. And then be like fucking like a female SpongeBob SquarePants, with like inappropriate little squeaks and squeals, and I don't know. I mean, she, you know, her pussy's like a barn find. It was dormant for about 20 years, and all of a sudden got resurrected. So, you know.
Barn find. Exactly. Just sat in a garage a long time, you know, and
Yeah, but yeah, it does apparently. Because she used to be blowing French horns. Now she's blowing a guy with horns. But I mean, I got a call from the IDF. She's a deserter. She should be fighting, Tarek right now. Be more appropriate than being on the radio. But we love her, and I mean, I'm not gonna make teeth, jokes. I'm not gonna make, earlobe jokes or saggy knee jokes. But if you did get a boob job, people wouldn't be, looking you in the eyes anymore. So Anna, please come on up and give it your best.
Put that there. I'm going to give this to you right now. Soften the low. If you could start to open that up, that'd be great.
Is he packaged aggressively?
A little heavy. Backward. This is probably going to be worse than the shrooms night, so buckle up. Yes, please open it.
Just let him open it for hours.
No. It's necessary. So I can breathe. So that certain people can see. Really hope you're pulled up tonight.
Not.
Okay. Don't sound like you're in a good mood. That's a little scary. You are very hard to shop for, Bubba. I feel like you already have everything you want, except your career back. So if you could just, Yeah, I heard a fuckboy stole something from your collection, so I thought I would replace it. It's a 15-pound dumbbell. Cassette sucks. This fuckboy stole something from your collection. Yeah, so now, so now, the Clem Gym can be complete.
That really is.
It's thoughtful, isn't it? Thank you. That's me all day. Okay.
Fuck you to Seth.
It sure is. Fuck you to Seth. No, I'm happy he's back. Dr. Dan.
Yeah.
It's, I'm not about to roast my health insurance plan, that's for sure. Because that motherfucker right there has helped us out a lot, okay? He's helped me out with my ear, my busted knee, my wrinkled face, a UTI. There's a lot to be said for Dr. Dan.
Wasn't for me.
He pisses a lot of people off with the controversial things he says. But in my opinion, Dan's most controversial opinion is that he thinks he's white. Motherfucker ain't white at all. Jay is great. He's definitely the most measured of the Diaco brothers. I just don't know if I would take legal advice from a guy whose favorite bands are Mike Hawk and Jack Me Off. But it's hard to cut on the Diacos, that's for sure. They have the hottest wives I've ever seen. Which is why I don't love hanging out with them, because next to them, I look like Leah Thomas, so it's not good. It's not good. All right. Now listen, I'm not going to talk about the Hogan sex tape, okay? And not because I think it would upset Bubba. It's because the rest of us are so fucking sick of hearing about it, okay? That's why. But in all honesty, I know you miss Hogan. You talk about him all the time. And I'm sure he misses you too, brother. You guys were a dynamic duo. Almost as good as Tyler and Heather teaming up on Facebook. This is not going to be a good night for me. Okay. Have you seen Heather lately? This bitch looks pretty fire. Looks like she upgraded her man, though. She used to have a guy that just looked cross-eyed, but now she's with one who actually is. Okay. Okay. But forget about Heather, because we got the merch crack, okay? The hottest slave known to mankind. Merch crick, you know you can leave, right? Sometimes I wonder if you're allowed to have your own thoughts. Take your teeth out if you need help. Thank you. Okay. Poor thing just packing merch and eating dry biscuits. Bubba's got her so Stockholmed, she's on the Romina Diaco diet by choice. Yes. I don't want to go too hard on the merch crick though, okay? Mostly because she'll either shoot me or shatter all the glass in this room when she yells, "She Sorry, just jokes, cuz, right? I actually found out today that Merge Creek is pushing Bubba to get married. Which I think is a great idea. The bitch has definitely earned it. Plus, this would give Tara an opportunity not to attend your wedding. So...
better become best friends.
I think you should pull a Diaco and get married 2 weeks before Tyler, but that just... Yeah, that didn't go well. All right, Bubba. Oh no, X on that one.
Don't be scared.
Okay, I'm scared. Bubba has paid for 4 abortions, and after the last 2 years, I bet he paid. He wished he paid for just 1 more. Okay, sorry. We don't like that one. Okay, we can move on. Unfortunately for Bubba, he has among the worst instincts I've ever seen. Bubba thinks he's fucking Ben Shapiro of Facebook arguments. Recently on Facebook, Bubba posted the following quote: "They watching regardless. They talking regardless. So do you regardless," unquote. What the fuck?
From Dion.
Okay. What the fuck does that even mean? Is that your horoscope? And I thought Gen Z was bad. But honestly, it's shocking the amount of women Bubba has been able to pull, especially with a BMI that high and an IQ that low. Shit's impressive. It is. You've got to give him credit. He's never let his weight hold him back in life, whether it be from jumping out of planes or cheating on women. I've never seen anyone learn less from their mistakes than Bubba. You can't fuck with people for 30 years and expect them to have your back when you've fucked them over. Okay, that one didn't go well. I know we have a lot of Bubba's legal counsel here tonight. And they've done a lot for him over the years. All of them have said Bubba is the best witness on the stand. If only he was as good of a father as he was a defendant. Okay, thank you. That's my time tonight. Please don't fire me, Tom Bean. Thank you so much.
Go see Tom Bean on Friday.
Wow, thank you, Dark Match Amy Winehouse. Jesus. I mean, you washed your hair about as much as she did, and, you know, if we're all lucky enough, you'll come to the same fate. Lummy, what do we got for bids?
Lummy, what's the bid? For sure.
Yes, $20.
Say it loud.
Jason Kepner, $20. Austin Graham, $20. Brian from Philly, $100. 37 Ray, $20. And another Austin Graham, $20.
Thank you. Lummy, coming soon. Bubba Army Gummies, say it.
Bubba Army Gummies coming soon.
Yeah. Ow! Tom Bean approved.
Tom Bean approved.
But the bean. Not improved, approved.
Approved.
Thank you, Lummy. Keep working.
I promise you that.
Keep
I don't know. Tom Bean looks. Yeah, all right.
keep working. Thank you, Lummy.
Looks ravishing. Say it.
I'm not saying anything about Tom Bean.
There we go.
Tom Bean look good.
Well, Lummy, keep working on that English. You're getting better. You're getting better. You know, talking. It's good. You're good. You're a good talker. So, yeah, we keep talking about Seth. You know, I was going to invite him tonight, but I just didn't want to have to ask him for a favor. Get a lot of trouble. Have to show up, you know, drive his ass over here. That's cool. Seth, all the jokes I say about Anna, I'm saying about you too. Anyway, so I actually forgot. I skipped over Erica. I just looked right past her, didn't see her. She's so little, but when I see her, she was supposed to be up before Anna. To be honest, I got out of order, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna go with it because you know when I think of Erica, I think of tits and guns and squirting vaginas. So to me, it's just happy, happy, happy. It's like 3 cherries in a row, a fucking jackpot. She's been a great girl. She's beautiful. She's funny. She's fun. You know, I haven't taken that around the track yet, but I'm assuming she's a lot of fun. And so I love her around. She's been really a great person, and I'm happy to introduce her next as the next roaster. Come on up.
Thank you, Dan. You probably think this roast is about you, don't you? Don't you? I didn't know we were supposed to rib on other people or roast other people tonight until about 3 hours ago when Lummy informed me. So here we go. It's mainly about Bubba, but I put a few zingers in there. Hi, Daddy. I hope you don't get mad at me for roasting on you today. There are just some things I have to say. You never let me talk back, so this is very exciting. I just hope when it's all over tonight, you won't be too mad. We'll have the air set at 61, my electric blanket set to 7, and a big pillow burial between us. Where do I start? I guess it started when I met Todd and his beautiful girlfriend, Heather. It wasn't until I seen the guitars on the wall in the hallway when I read the inscription to Bubba. I never wanted to meet you. I tuned you out since '94 and avoided meeting you for years like you were the plague. Then there was finding out this nice, fancy, sexy man that introduced himself as Todd was actually Bubba the Love Sponge Clem. I learned to never judge a book by the cover that day. It gets better, I promise. I'm nervous. But to be honest, over the years, there's been plenty of times when I wish I never met you. But here I am, still drinking the Kool-Aid. This is what true unconditional love looks like. Kibbles and bits, kibbles and bits.
Yeah, we do.
I can never quit you, but I guess you can never quit me either. I guess we were just made for each other. Your fans in Calta think I'm the ultimate sheep. Bah. But we both know the truth. Lummy is. There have been plenty of times over the years that I put you in the doghouse. The first big one, and literally she was a 6-foot mango, was when you brought Nikki down. I didn't talk to you for 3 months. Then... Then you told me that the fresh new tattoo coordinates on your arm was for the first radio station that you worked for. Bet you wish that was the truth now. Okay, thank you. Okay. Then there was the time I was packing up your entire house in Tierra Verde. It took over a fucking year. One day I changed our bed sheets, only to find another woman's panties tucked in at the bottom of the sheets. They were Walmart panties, for God's sake. I never got angry, but the bitch could have stayed and helped me pack. I ended up packing the entire house and most of the race shop.
What's that? Sorry.
I ended up packing the entire house and most of the race shop alone.
Packer.
Come to think of it, now that's when it started, way back then. I still can't help you. I still can't have you help me move boxes around. That's what Lummies and Big Reds are for. All things heavy. I learned a long time ago to bite my tongue and never confront you. Something Anna's still trying to get down. But then there was that one time in Indiana during sprint weeks. It was Tyler's first time racing non-wing. He didn't race too good. You were in a bad mood and I had to pee. Long story short, I almost drove back to Florida from Indiana that night, and I've never been able to wear my cowboy boots since. Maybe next time I could wear them, we'll be at Chenworth Bridge. This roasting session is starting to make me a little nervous. I hope you don't fire back too hard. Are you mad at me? I hope I don't have to go back in training or get any corrections. Come to think of it, I might give myself corrections after this. I love you, Daddy. I'm proud of you, baby. P.S. Lummy,
Creepy.
I never got a safe word either.
Wow, that was.
Lummy, give me some minutes.
Jesus.
Vincent
Oh,
Sanchez Jr. 25, Curtis Enray 20, Dan Wazinski 20, Troy Lincoln $100, Austin Grant 20, Travis semi-autobus Travis $20.
Don't forget it. We're good. The gummy's coming soon.
Oh, the gummy's coming too.
Tom Bean
Tom Bean approved. He built Domino's himself, so get those gummies.
thank you, Lummy. All right.
Sorry, Tom Bean.
Wow. Thank you, Erica. That was kind of like a Netflix movie. I dragged on a lot of character development, a couple of funny scenes, and then it was over. So, our next guest, needs no introduction. Janie, you must be so proud tonight. You raised a child that really got to excel in the field and really become, one of the best and a leader, an adventurer, so successful. I mean, you must be so proud of Tara tonight. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I mean, if only you jumped a little fucking harder or a little longer. What, they don't got fucking coat hangers in Indiana? Jesus Christ. We all be fucking home right now watching football and shit. Now we gotta fucking roast this guy? He's ruined all of our fucking lives. That'd be fucking one of us. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, another Seth joke. Fuck. Seth. Fuck Seth. Anyway, no. Welcome back, Seth. He's already asking me for favors. Can you believe that shit? Anyway, Janie, we're very happy to have you. We realize that, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, so before there was a Tara twist, there was a Janie Chick Twiggle. I really wonder if you could jet ski. So I know Bubba's edible complex absolutely started with you. He absolutely wanted to fuck you as a kid, and I think still does. So please come on up here and be our next roaster.
You might sign up with Gina after me.
I really didn't want to do this, and now I'm a little concerned about who my attorneys are. Bubba, I'm really surprised that you don't have a calculator there adding up the bits as he's calling in. Dan, I thank you for not weighing me before I came up here, because I know that you only have a stomach for thin women, girls, and I'm old and fat, so thanks for the breaks. I would like to apologize to all of you tonight because it's all my fault. I should have jumped longer and harder on that trampoline in October of 1960. Yeah. Bubba was such an easy kid to raise. As a teenager, the worst thing I had to deal with were the stiff white tube socks hidden under the bed. And by the way, I knew what those were used for. Bubba soon made up for all those easy years by putting us through living hell when his career took off. And he was a real Romeo, dating nothing but ignorant slut gold-digging whores. Good job. And that's putting it nicely. Here are some highlights to give you an idea of some special times of being Bubba's mama. Getting calls at work from Tara crying because Bubba is trying to choke her out to get her ham sandwich. Calls at work from National Enquirer asking me to comment on my son's latest escapades. Having the local police to protect me with putting a squad car out in front of my office to keep the PETA protesters away from me. And last but not least was turning on the TV to see my son's involvement in the sex tape. And guys, this only scratches the surface. But like any mama, I love that Bubba with everything in me. He is my fleet.
That was great. I love hearing from her. I'm glad. Thank you, all the people that came tonight as the guest audience. All of you listening and watching on YouTube. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. And all of the roasters, Janie, appreciate it. And I'm going. I gotta fucking do this, dude. Let me fucking do this. Well, you do it. I'm not even saying it's your fucking time yet. Wait a second. I got it, Bubba. Come on, Bubba. I don't tell you to do your shit. Where's to him? Hey, Lummy, please.
Oh, sorry. Rudy! $20, Kevin McGee. $40, another Rudy. $50, Anarchy 65. $250. And the gummies are coming out soon. The Bubba Army gummies. I got it written down. Tom being approved.
Third time I've thrown it to you and you fucked it up.
Tom being approved.
Tom being approved.
I won't fuck up like Dr. Dan swinging at baseballs.
Thank you, Lummy. And our next guest, she's known Bubba her whole life, and every time I hear her voice, I get a boner. I just do. I mean, I don't know. When she talks to me, I just starts, I can feel it. It wiggles a little bit. So I'm sorry, Tarek. I know you're, really, she's back in the day when you were fucking, camels and little boys, but making vest bombs. But now you get to have fun with Tara. You get to experience it. First half, no doubt. My God. So Tara, does he really have like sand under his foreskin? Is there sand under there? Camel juice? Nothing. Okay. So Tara's had to endure a lot with Bubba. She's been peed on. She's been probably, splued on. She's had her food taken from her. She's, I'm sure, been just tortured by Bubba, but she's always loved him. and she's been, such an ally of his and really an advocate for him. And so I'm really happy to introduce her tonight. Tara, please, be our next roaster.
Don't hate me, guys. I kind of feel really bad, and I'm instantly regretting,
6 pages you wrote.
Literally 6 pages. So I would like to apologize in advance because I did come ready for a roast. Promise this won't interrupt, Chris. I mean, this is not going to screw our family. No. You've done that enough. But seriously, let's hear it for Dan. I mean, Dan, thank you so much. Bubba calls me the Dan Mark. I'm serious. I get in trouble. Yeah, well, I'm about to change that. Don't worry. But I would like to thank Dan for taking the time from avoiding his family to be here tonight. I mean, that was a big sacrifice. I really, really appreciate. Thanks for being a team player. And I mean, seriously, the famous song, Dr. Dan Diaco, he's a hero to me. I mean, do you know how much courage it takes for him to be around middle-aged, overweight women for this long without getting sick? I mean, Dan, I got anti-nausea medicine for you in a barf bag. And let's hope J-Lo does not show up because he will have a full-on grabber. I mean, that disgusting, ugly bitch. Oh, God. But it's okay, little buddy. I got you, Dan, because I really, really don't know how you do it. You have so much going on. You're a plastic surgeon, you're an attorney, father, husband, all while juggling Bubba's balls in your mouth. I don't know. Hang on a second. Hold on. Let me take back the father and the husband. Bubba's way more important. I love you, Dan. So when Bubba asked me to do this, he told me nothing was off limits. And that's the same thing that he told everyone about his ex-wife. But let's be honest, the panel that's here, they're really just people who've been financially supporting Bubba for the last 15 years. Let's call it what it is. I mean, we're all foolish enough to do this, so let's get started and make another piece of garbage that has Bubba's name on it. And hopefully not blow shit up. Oh, wait, I said blow. Hang on, Anna's running to the bathroom with a straw. And Erica just got down on her knees and is like, what, Daddy? What do you want me to blow? So I better watch out. Not trying to have any casualties here, but I mean, I really, really am going to try not to be mean, okay? Okay. I mean, look at this crew up here. There's already too much testosterone and not enough estrogen. I mean, Janie Cakes, Erica, Brian, and I don't have a chance. I mean, I'm sorry, I meant Anna, not Brian. Actually, Brian, can you please clarify what your pronouns are? Because I don't want to I don't want to trigger you. I heard you were pissed that they weren't serving soy lattes. I don't want to trigger you, so, I apologize. It's great to see Anna here tonight doing what she does best, watching funny people tell jokes. Anna, has to be hard sitting in a room full of egomaniacs who degrade women. But then again, I think you're doing a pretty good job by begging for gifts. I mean, what's next? An Amazon wish list? Come on, boo. I love you. You're a hell of an athlete. Striations, MMA. You won the Kentucky Derby. I mean, you are a badass. You are a badass. You're badass, and I love you. I love you. You can cut on me. I'm old. I'm fat. I get it. Jay. Diaco. Jay, you're a great dude. I appreciate all that you do for my family. We have a lot in common. We both have egotistical brothers that embarrass us. But we're the voice of reasons in the family, but we're also pretty forgettable, so there's that. But I love you, Jay. I'm including myself in that. Erica. If tits were brains, honey, you'd be smart enough to leave my brother. I mean, I love you. You are gorgeous. And thin, thank God, right, Dan? Jeez. But you know how Erica stays, I mean, she'll never commit the ultimate crime of getting fat because she stays thin because she gets to see this naked all the time. Bubba. That's how she stays thin. Hold on, I'm going to throw up now with Dan. Do you remember when Bubba was saying how he really wanted to date that girl with Tourette's that has bursts and says crazy stuff all the time. Are we talking about Erica? I mean, she's not too far from that, right? But listen. I mean, I love you. Congrats on your new gig as Minnie Mouse voiceover. Disney money is you're gonna kill it. I know that was low-hanging fruit shtick. I should leave that to the Diacos. But I love you guys. I couldn't for the life of me figure out why a hardworking, nice, down-to-earth woman would ever want to be with my brother. And then I met her. Bless her heart, she's really convinced that she's got a catch. Kind of like those cult followers that have that glazed look in their eyes, like those Manson women. The icing on the cake is when I found out that she's into tarot cards. Makes sense, Miss Cleo. Makes sense now. Lummy, I'm glad to see Bubba remove the shocking device from your body so you're allowed to speak. I love you. I mean, what the hell can I say bad about you? That's like making fun of a kid who's at St. Jude's. And I'm not going to do that. I can't bring myself to do that. I didn't say that. Other things you'll never, ever hear. Hey, Anna's going to pay for that. Hey, Bubba said he wanted a salad. And hey, Tom Bean just negotiated one hell of a deal. Kidding. Joking. I love you, Tom. Oh, speaking of Tom Bean. Oh, look at him. He's here. He's so awesome. Said no one ever. I love you, Tom. I'm joking. I mean, what can I say bad about a dude who's literally supported my brother for 30 years, never turned his back, unwavering support throughout all the drama. Tom has been there. Tom, I actually have thought of something I could say. You're fucking stupid, man. What are you thinking? Tom, I'm not only questioning your intelligence, I'm questioning your sanity. You realize you chose my brother to marry you. I mean, a guy who's had more unsuccessful relationships than most anyone, and you have him marry you? Oh yeah, that makes another wedding Bubba went to besides mine. Enough about these losers. I'm here because I have to be. They chose it. I didn't. Family. You can't choose your family, because if I could, I would want to choose a successful radio guy like Howard Stern. I'm just saying. Initially, Bubba, when you asked me to do this, I declined. Then I remember that was your role in our family, not showing up. I've always had to clean up Bubba's messes, always had to live in Bubba's shadow, but if we're really speaking scale, more like Bubba's lunar eclipse. Radio personality, entrepreneur, businessman, marketing genius, rapper, pimp, Bubba's done it all. Over the years, he has gone from celebrity guests, rock stars, porn stars, whores, who used to get naked in the studio for money. Now he's the whore begging for money. He went from pimping to hoeing. Janie Cakes, you must be so proud. What's next? Are you going to start trying to sell your kidney stones? I mean, how bad is it when 25 years ago, the actor who played Grandpa Munster told my brother he was pathetic and past his prime? Think about that. Think about that. Despite being falsely accused of animal cruelty, Bubba is a huge animal lover. Hence why the majority of his exes look like horse faces. He loves animals so much that he adopted a pit bull so he could finally have a friend who wasn't smarter than him. I mean, you missed my wedding, dude. And you were supposed to be the best man, walk me down the aisle with Eddie. But no, you jumped to conclusions based on rumors, flipped the fuck out, told Mom and I we were dead to you. Oh, for those of you radio historians, this was serious, November, December 2010, in case you want to go back and listen. Which is just so unlike you. Flipping out over accusations, that is so not like you. But hey, there was really one true celebrity, a real celebrity who made it to my wedding. Don't worry about him. He replaced you well, and that was Mike Tyson. In fact, Mike is in one of my only wedding pictures, true story. But Bubba, don't worry about missing the most important day of my life because of a rumor from your cheating ex-wife. Because Mike Tyson filled your shoes. He felt my boobs, propositioned me in front of my husband, which is something you probably would have done if you were there, so no big deal. All good. But you know, despite that, I still love you. You're a great big brother. You brought me on your show as a co-host and every day called me a whore, slut, stupid bitch, campy, not funny, reminded me daily of how lucky I was. And then, oh my God, it gets better. I mean, you stopped talking to me and then had Tom Bean fire me. That's sibling love right there. That's unconditional love. We're here to celebrate a milestone for Bubba, achieving 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Seriously, guys. I mean, a stark comparison from when 100,000 is what he used to make in a week. But seriously, it's a huge accomplishment nonetheless. I'm so proud of you. Not to mention 100,000 is also the number of personalities you have and the average amount of each one of your exes used to steal on a quarterly basis. But hey, you never claimed to be good at math, even though you're the best scorekeeper I know. For real, I love you beyond measure. I appreciate you being a good sport, taking it on the chins. While we all make fun of you, I hope Christmas isn't ruined. I love you more than anything.
Thank you, Tom. That was hilarious. Lummy gave up the belt. Yes, that was really funny. Wow. So you have a third career. First one was telephone sex. Now, if this doesn't work, you're going to be a comedian, kid. Funny. Lummy, give us some next bits.
Well, by the way, don't forget to get your gummies, the Bubba Army gummies, brewed by Tom Bean. Coming soon. And also, Tom Bean, by the way, Michael C. $400. Austin Van 40. Jordan Brock 50.
Thank you, Lummy.
20. Philip South 20. Justin Kirks $100. JHM3 20. Captain Hawkeye 10. Kevin R 10. Samantha for jet ski $200.
Thank you, Lummy. Our next guest, well, I mean, Tom, you know, I'm sure you really wish you hadn't offered him that pizza that one night when he looked hungry. I mean, think about it. You wouldn't own a racetrack. You wouldn't own all this shit. You wouldn't have had all these disasters. I mean, god damn, what a fucking mistake. You'd have been, probably had 800 Dominoes by now. Probably own a chain of CVS's and shit, but now you own part of a Cal Raceway Park. Good job, Tom. But that's what happens when, you go to the second shittiest Ivy League school out there. It's tough sometimes, at least they didn't do affirmative action with you. They did actually let you in on your merits. And, you're a good guy. You're a wrestler. Used to ride your little pocket rocket, rice racers. We learned all kinds of things about you. I just don't understand the whole top button thing. I mean, you're a rhino. You're a tough guy. You'll swing. You'll fight. You'll challenge. But you dress like Brian. I just don't get it. Fuck, dude. You're so much cooler than that. But come on up and be our next roaster.
If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one.
So, it's hard to believe that I've known Bubba 30 years, though sometimes it feels like about 3,000. But
Scared of you.
you're so scared of me. Why is everybody so scared of me?
Because we are.
I don't know why everybody's so scared of me. So, I missed the memo that this was a roast where you were supposed to roast everybody that was up here. So I didn't really prepare for any of that type of shit. This, my roast is about Bubba, because it was a roast for Bubba. So I love all these people anyway, so I can't really say anything terrible about them. They're all
the best support team that Bubba could ever have. So the intro today was, the mash between Voodoo Child and Jimi Hendrix, which Bubba used to open his show for a long, long time, and Jay-Z with 99 Problems. But a friend ain't one. Bubba has plenty of friends, and all these people have stayed up here, and they've worked very hard to deal with Bubba's bullshit because the list is long, long and distinguished. So what I did is I put together a list of the 99 problems that Bubba's caused over the last 30 years. And it was really a big problem because I started with 538 things, and I had to cull that shit down to 99. So all of these people up here have all helped deal with a lot of these problems over the years with me. I've been the Ray Donovan for Bubba for a long time. Yeah. And if you've watched Ray Donovan gets beat to shit a whole fucking lot. So it's been tough being Bubba's friend, but it's been a labor of love because we all love Bubba. So we're going to go all the way back to 1993. And that is where I met Bubba, where he rolls up to my car with the yo, 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 can I get some pizzas, cuz?
Free pizzas.
Yeah, free pizzas. And when you looked at him, at that time, he was a little bit heavier, like a lot, than he is now. And I was like, Jesus, how many pizzas does this motherfucker want? And that was the beginning of the end for me. Because that motherfucker wanted pizzas all the time. More and more pizzas. So then from there, he starts to become a big celebrity on the Power Pig, and the first thing he does, believe this or not, is he motherfucks Tom Steele, and he gets suspended. He gets taken off the air because he's talking shit about Tom Steele, who nobody here remembers anymore because Tom Steele was nobody. But, Bubba talked shit about him just like he did everybody else that was on the radio against him, which we're going to find out over the time period here. So then one of the first things Bubba did while he was at the Power Pig is he said, you know what? I need a teen club. I'm like, you need a fucking what? A teen club? Yeah. So then that's where Sponges was born. Anybody here remember Sponges? I sure as fuck don't. Next on Bubba's high rise to fame and fortune was Air Bubba Beeping Network. Now, the Air Bubba Beeping Network didn't make it very long, but Bubba sure sold a shitload of Air Bubba t-shirts. Let your chichilla run wild. That was a real hot one. Everybody at Clear Channel loved that shit right out of the blocks. Oh, I got pulled from the shelf. Bubba was an innovator. He was Girls Gone Wild before Girls Gone Wild's people were getting arrested. So then he wanted to be a rap star and came Boys with the Bass. Whew. Wow.
You paid for it.
That I, like a jobber, that I paid for. And then the big thing came. I need an agent. I was like, well, I don't know anything about radio. I can teach you how to do the radio. I need somebody that knows business. So then I became Bubba's agent, and that was the beginning of the end. So the first thing I did when I became Bubba's agent is I said, we're going to set up the Bubba Radio Network, and we're going to incorporate it, and you're going to license your shit to people, and you're going to own it. And Bubba's like, why are we going to do that? That's fucking stupid. So then, the Bubba and MJ, love affair began. So that was after Tom Steele. Bubba, turned to MJ, so it became Bubba and MJ. And then after that, we got into the Holly versus Rebecca. And if you know, you know. If you don't know, then you don't know. You don't want to know. Yeah, you're fortunate. It was Holly versus Rebecca.
I didn't know you were part of that too.
And then Bubba said, you know what, Bean? I need a nightclub. So the teen club wasn't good enough. I need a nightclub. I'm like, what do you need a nightclub for? Well, because I want one. And I want to call it Bubba's Beach Club. So then there was Bubba's Beach Club, and that was in Ybor. And if you got one, two's better. So let's get Planet Bubba 2. So then came Planet Bubba. And then, with that gets into restaurants. See, I had to cull the list down. The list was way too big. It was like 500. So Bubba's Ale House, that didn't make the list. Didn't make the list, cuz. No, that was small potatoes.
We made a little money there, I think.
Because, while you were doing that, then we had the Secret Service caper, at 98 Rock with the counterfeit bills. That was a lot of fun. That went over good with the management at Clear Channel. They were really happy about that.
I had one phone call and I called Tom. He goes, where are you? I said, I'm at the Secret Service handcuffed. He goes, what? I'm a criminal attorney, Bubba.
Yeah. Bubba talking about putting counterfeit bills in vending machines. They didn't like it. But they were listening, so it was good to know you had fans. Then there was the Hooters waitress lawsuit. That was fun, followed right away by the police officer lawsuit. Bubba was really good at getting people to sue him. And then all the fun stuff started with the FCC fines. The first one came out. That was, let me make sure I get these right, because I want to get them in order, because they're really important. The first one was the lesbian couple sex talk. That was the first fine. That was fine number one. That was a mere $4,000. That was child's play.
Yeah.
So then Holly recorded Bubba talking to Rebecca in his car. I got to deal with all of these really fun things. Bean, you got to handle this. You got to handle this.
Just go away.
Yeah. Then number two, the enema experience talk. That was fine number two, and that one was $23,000. And I've never really understood why Bubba has always been obsessed with his own ass. I mean, like, all the time he's talking about shitting, farting, enemas, and he gets fined $23,000. The woman masturbating on the phone talk fine, that was $4,000. Ordering a sex doll talk, that was $7,000. These were all like back to back to back to back, like within a month of each other, over and over, nonstop. And then Bubba decided to run for sheriff. But that was only part one, because he decided to run for sheriff part one in 2000. And then we got on the Mark Ober's a piece of shiz train.
Yeah.
Woo! Bubba was good at making friends and influencing people. Mark Ober really liked him. He liked him so much that he didn't prosecute a guy that stole $1 million from me because he didn't like fucking Bubba. Bubba's Roadkill Barbecue, I think we all know that story. I think everybody here knows it really, really well. They remember it with great affection. So, and then that was Mark Ober's big revenge, the pig trial. And as usual, Bubba is a great witness, and he did stick it right up Ober's ass, and, he won. And he avoided going to jail, which was he was afraid of while he had his toothbrush in his pocket, at trial. Then, the drama starts with, Bubba's baby mama, because Tiz is born. And that's a never-ending gift that continues to give even today. And then, we got into the paternity lawsuit, which Bubba won, which back in the time, Bubba got 50-50 time sharing with his son while he was a shock jock radio personality. It was a pretty big win. And then we had to pay for Heather, we had to pay for Jenna's lawyer at the time. So Bubba made me pay him in bag change and had strippers deliver it. Because that was Bubba's style. That was how it went down. That was how it went down.
They passed legislature since then, haven't they?
No, they didn't pass legislature, but I know that attorney tells everybody that he puts a condition in all of his contracts going forward that they have to pay with, U.S. currency and a, check or wire. So, and then we got into the real big stuff. We got the Scooby-Doo, Spacely Sprockets, Alvin and the Chipmunks, That went for a $755,000 fine, which is still the world record, hashtag gold medalist. Bubba the Love Sponge, biggest fine of all time.
Number one.
So then Bubba gets fired from Clear Channel. He gets fired from Tampa, Jacksonville, Orlando, West Palm, Fort Myers, Hartford, Wichita, Shreveport, Macon, pretty much everywhere when he was relevant, unlike today. So then Bubba goes into a 2-year radio broadcasting timeout, and while he's doing that in 2004, we have Bubba Runs for Sheriff 2. And thank you, baby Jesus, because he almost won. Thank God he didn't win. He almost won. It would have been terrifying. And during that time frame, Bubba and Hootie become lovers because they have nothing else to do, and they're inseparable. So then Bubba goes to Howard 101, and the first thing we have when we get there is we get the Brooke Sky Melissa Midwest lawsuit because Brooke Sky hurt me with a dildo that was too big on the show. Only Bubba the Love Sponge can have a lawsuit from a guest on a show from a dildo that's too big.
Administered by a girl.
Administered by another girl, right. Lappy Lappy Smurf style, just the way you like it.
Good negotiation on that one.
Right. And then Scott Greenstein, hated Bubba. And then Patrick Donnelly really hated Bubba. And then Bubba decided he needed a gym, so then we got the Clem gym. And if you notice, everything like was pointed out earlier by either Dan or Jay, everything is Bubba. It's the Clem gym, Planet Bubba, Bubba's Beach Club, Air Bubba, Sponges, Bubba's Ale House.
Bubba gummies are coming soon.
Oh, Bubba gummies are coming soon.
Tom being approved. Tom being approved.
Bubba Ridgely Park.
And don't forget
Bubba
Bubba
Army
Army
gummies coming
HQ,
soon.
your
Tom
one-stop
being
shopping.
approved.
And again, back to the event where Oba refused to charge my employee that stole $1 million from me. I want to thank Bubba personally for that, because if it hadn't have been for that, because of that incident, I accused my wife today of being involved in that, and she's the $1 million baby now. And had that not happened, I might not have met Regina, who's the love of my life. So, thank you for causing me $1 million so that I could meet my wife.
There you go. You take the wife over the million any fucking day, buddy.
Every day.
Brother.
That's a good one.
So then after that, during that time period, then you fired me because I didn't return your call while I was in a federal court, hearing. I got fired.
Do we have to tell that?
Yeah, we do. And then you returned to terrestrial radio, and Cowhead got moved from the morning show on the Bone to the afternoon show, solidifying that he was your bitch for all of life, and making sure that you guys stayed besties like you are today. And then you proceeded to start the MJ Radio War about 11 seconds after starting on air in 2008, which resulted in the MJ lawsuit. No shit, that was a shocker. Then Bubba needs a plane. So we got a plane. Bubba joined TNA Wrestling with his best friend and pal Hootie, and right away he gets into it with Awesome Kong and says fuck Haiti, and we get sued by Awesome Kong for saying fuck Haiti. Bubba leaves, it stays on Sirius XM for quite a long time. Then he leaves Sirius. We relaunch Bubba Army Radio on Radio IO, and what does Bubba say? Oh, that's stupid. So, he thought that was stupid again. Then we get into the Twitter, days. And we're just going to talk about how Twitter owned Bubba. Twitter made Bubba his bitch, right up until where he got deleted from Twitch. Until, was it Rhett that saved you? Who?
No,
Alex Stein.
Alex Stein. Twitter, not Twitch.
Him on a blam.
There you go.
You
did the Twitch thing.
Anyway, working with Bubba has been a labor of love over a lengthy period of time. You know, we've hit on some of the high points. You know, Bubba's been a hard-working man his entire life. He's like the cockroach of radio. There's no way to kill him. You can't keep him down. And he never, ever gives up. Never, ever gives up. So I appreciate the opportunity to work with you and to, help you deal with all of your problems. And I'd like to say, keep it easy, man. We're getting old.
I thought
Thank you, Tommy.
I'd take this point to resign. I was really scared.
Thank you for all you do, Tommy.
I'd take this opportunity to resign. I'm out of here. Never see you again.
No, but I've learned also that it's never going to end. Because
Better, hasn't it?
it has. And then Calta, hits Merch Creek and turns into a battle. And I just realized that it's never going to end because that's okay, because Bubba is who he is, and that's why we all love him. And thanks for the opportunity, and keep tearing it up.
Don't forget about the gummies.
Thank you, Tommy.
Yeah, and the new gummies are coming. Yeah, they're approved by me because they're legal under the Farm Act, because I had to do that research too, just to make sure.
How great I was to tell him about
Thank you. It's never going to end, just like that fucking presentation. Jesus. Yeah. Unlike.
Samantha Fox, what?
Samantha Fox jet ski, $200. Jason Lucas, $20. Jason has $20. Glitter Rose, $100. And Lummy's a cop, $9.99. Don't forget also Leslie and Chuck, $50 on PayPal. And don't forget also that the Bubba Gummies are coming soon.
Soon, approved.
Tom Bean approved.
Yes.
Get out your calculator.
He's got all kinds of great ideas. Newsmatic Coins, Radio I.O. It's been a run. Working on Bubba. So our next guest, is proof that, I read an article, about a year ago, that said that Barbie could not exist in real life. And it was interesting because they said that her neck was so thin that it wouldn't support her head. But Brian Matrone is living proof that that's not true. He and Tom share the same wardrobe, but Brian buys it in the boys section. He still has little boy's underwear because his dick hasn't dropped yet. It's all right. It's all right. We like him. We love him. He's really smart if he's got Google in front of him, but he's really good at talking about sports because he's never played them. He just gets to watch them. So he's a pretty good gambler. Pretty good, unless he's playing poker or blackjack or craps or roulette. He's he's a family man. He was said earlier, because some of these jokes are so obviously there's such low hanging fruit that he ran from COVID. Don Mikowski'd himself right off the radio. Then did some stupid stuff. Was a typical fucking liberal hypocrite. Went out to the mall, and then was a super spreader for his family. Almost killed his parents. His whole family almost died. Young baby, wife, which mama, grandpa. And I do think about Willy Wonka when I think about that house, and stuck in it for 18 months straight, just looking at Brian and listening to his excuses and reasons that Tampa's not winning the Super Bowl this year. But we all know it's just because of the coach. So Brian, please come on up and be our next roaster.
What a great night. I want to show appreciation for the audience and for everybody on the dais. Everybody's just rocked it. And Bubba, for almost being a good sport the whole time, kind of turned on Erica a little bit there. Yeah, I know she's gonna get it. The biggest mistake she made was coming up here to do this, but they'll figure things out. Let's give it up. Big round of applause for our roast master, Dr. Dan. Absolutely owning it. More importantly, let's give thanks to Steven for allowing him to do it, because we all know who runs the Diaco family after all, right? Dan only wanted to host the roast so that he could add to his credentials. Henceforth, he will now be known as Dr. Daniel Salvatore Diaco, Esquire, MD, MC, because he wants all the letters that he can get after his name. Bubba confided in me recently that he only makes the Dan-related t-shirts for the tax write-off. Thanks to Dan, hundreds of African villagers have t-shirts so many, in fact, that his new nickname should be Sudan. But I really do need to give Dan credit. He saved many lives during the COVID-19 pandemic that I ran from. Think about, just for a second, think about how many people would have starved to death if it wasn't for fastfreshseafood.com. Dan, you are a true hero. I give Dan a hard time, but we did a show together for many years, and he treated me like family. And by like family, I mean that he rarely was there and would find any excuse possible to avoid spending time with me. Of course, we have our lovable Lum here tonight. Has caught less shrapnel than Janie somehow. Lummy is actually as over as Dr. Dan thinks he is. Lumix, I was going to make jokes about you, but I'm afraid of going after the mentally handicapped in this cancel culture in which we currently live. That's right, bitch. You are, however, the most lovable, dumb, fat alcoholic since John Daly. So give it up for Lummy. But I do have to say, I admire your loyalty and love for Bubba. You are like the loving son that he never had. Well, that he had up until about 2 years ago. Oh, there's more of that coming, so please don't pull back on me now. I was told anything's on very little off limits. All right, Dark Match Steve is here. You are so talented in what you do. And to think that just a decade ago, Bubba was paying somebody $300,000 a year to do what your dumbass now does for free. I did hear, though, that you challenged Dan to see who could suck Bubba's dick better. And my money's on Dan. He's the best at everything, so why would that be any different? I'm glad to see Jay Diaco here tonight, taking a break from Diaco Law and taking your call. Interestingly, Jay and Eric have something in common. They both eat like 4-year-olds. Peanut butter and chicken nuggies is all he needs to survive. Jay got the name the Spitting Cobra from the MJ trial. And despite popular belief, it wasn't a brief case. That case lasted a long time. I knew that wasn't going to be a good one, but yeah. Speaking of Erica, she looks lovely as always tonight, doesn't she? But I gotta ask the question that's on everybody's mind, especially after Bubba, why the hell are you with him? The others we can figure out, right? At least Heather got Bubba with the mansion and the serious money before she took off on an exercise bike. Then Nikki got the remnants of Bubba's fortune and fame before deciding that a storage unit was a better option than staying with Bubba. Erica, and I mean this seriously, blink 3 times slowly and we will send help, okay? All kidding aside, you clearly love Bubba, but I will warn you that there is a sure tell sign that your relationship's coming to an end with him, and that's if you find yourself at Publix buying all the gift cards. But I do feel for Erica. She had a very rough year. The Calta phone incident really traumatized her, and you were not alone in your trauma. All dogs within the 30-mile radius of that incident have suffered permanent hearing loss as a result of Erica. Anna, I was torn about whether to make jokes about you, not because there's a lack of material, but because I was really not sure if you'd still be employed here. what jokes I did write about you, I made sure that I could easily substitute you with your eventual replacement, Seth. But just to be clear, Anna is not threatened by Seth. It's not the case. She is jealous of him and wishes her tits were half as big as his. But I gotta give both Anna and Seth a lot of credit. I think it's awesome that they're doing their best to try and stop some of the negative stereotypes about Jews. Like the ones about Jews having all the money and power. Clearly that is not the case. I actually saw Seth at Chipotle the other day bartering with the workers, offering to produce a podcast for them in exchange for a free burrito. So Rhett, I want to thank Rhett for all the hard work he's done. I mean, let's face it, there's 100,000 YouTube subscribers because of him, so good job, Rhett. I do have bad news though. Scout was recently diagnosed with cancer from all the secondhand Newport smoke that she's been exposed to, while Rhett is taking down those big nasties. Janie Cakes, I couldn't possibly make any jokes at your expense at all. I do want to thank you, though, for your part in making Bubba the hot mess that he is today. So clearly you had a role in that, and maybe it was the trampoline or some other things, but thank you. Tara is the most successful former on-air talent that Bubba has had. She is worth millions now, despite being terrible at fucking radio. But as bad as Tara was, she was only the third worst nepotism hire in show history behind Tyler and Trace. Bubba, Brent, and I host a show called The Killer Bees. You, Trace, and Tyler could host one called The Shitty Teas. And let's give it up. Very rare public appearance for Pokey Tom and Regina. They took time out of their busy Pokemon Go schedule to be here tonight. Oh, absolutely. I'm glad the two of you chose to be here tonight rather than in some empty field in Lutz with a bunch of dorks chasing invisible imaginary characters. And I also want to especially thank Tom. I recently did a remodel to my house and I was able to wallpaper an entire room with worthless Radio IO stock. So thank you for that, Tom. And all that leads me to the man of the night, the reason we are all here. No, not you, Dan, but rather Bubba. I was originally worried that I might be late here tonight because when I pulled in, there was a line of people with Bubba Wonka golden tickets, and I thought that it was going to be hard to get in here, but luckily Bubba doesn't fucking honor those, so... Sorry about your luck, people who dropped the dime. Bubba, I'm glad your best friend Dan could be here tonight to host and to honor you. The two of you are so close. The only thing closer to each other than you and Dan are your beady little eyes, my friend. Throughout his entire career, Bubba has been an innovator. He brought us Lesbian Tuesdays, No Panty Thursdays, Shock the Puss, Shit Hits the Fan, Bubba Saw, and the Mexican Olympics. And of course, who can forget his most recent contributions to radio, Pro Pyloning, The Daily Cube, and the Bubba Food Review. It is truly criminal that this show, in its current state, is not riveting content on a major FM station, I tell you. The Daily Cube, nothing got better than that, right? Okay. Of course, Bubba's fall from grace has been well documented. He claims that video killed the radio star, and I agree with that in part, but I'm pretty sure malignant narcissism and lack of impulse control might have played a small part in his downfall. Bubba, your feud with Calta can best be described as a game of whack-a-mole, fat, disgusting DJ. Each time you think you finally got him, that greasy piece of shit slips away. Fear not, Bubba. Calta will get his comeuppance. # soon. You know, they all can't be gold, right? Bubba, you claimed on the radio that you've had 4 abortions in your life. I bet you're regretting that decision now. Surely one of those 4 kids would have actually wanted a relationship with you, right? I gotta say though, I am surprised that Tyler abandoning you has impacted as much as it has, especially considering all the practice you had when Doug Clem left you. Apparently the Clem trait of leaving your loved ones behind skips a generation. But you really can't blame Tyler because he clearly learned by watching you. Ace is essentially his Tom Bean. She tells him where to go, what to do, and handles the difficult communications like cutting people out of his life, right, Tara? Bubba, in all seriousness, you truly are a special talent. You are 100% authentic and genuine. You are a radio legend, not just in Tampa, but the world over. And I'm honored to have worked with you and call you a friend, even if you don't call me one back. I know this roast would be brutal for you, so I wanted to pull off something special, and I think I have. I got with Regina, and we called in some major favors. This all came together at the last minute, of course. And in true Bubba fashion, I think you've already ruined it. I think the last 2 days has ruined it. This minor Christmas miracle we were able to pull off. Anyways, let's roll the tape.
Bubba, it's been a long, long time, brother. Regina and Brian reached out to me and asked that I record something for your roast. I have held on to this grudge for a long time, and it's time to finally let it go. I was baptized at Indian Rocks Baptist Church this week with Sky. It served as a reminder that the only thing bigger than Hulkamania is God. And also you when you were at your fattest. If they are roasting you, then they must have run through all the washed up jobbers and they had to settle for a broken shell of a man. Seriously though, we had some great times together, brother. I will never forget everything you did to help me and my family. If I'd known at the time that when you let me fuck Heather that I'd become the highest paid porn star in history, I would have never gotten mad at you. Thank you for doing me a solid with your testimony in my case. I think that made a big difference in the outcome of me getting millions and millions of dollars while you self-destructed and lost everything. I went online and looked at some recent photos of you. You're looking pretty good, but that new girlfriend of yours is looking even better. Talk about sick monkeys. I wouldn't mind some alone time with her while you go hang out in your office, if you know what I mean. I actually listened to some of your recent shows. I like the new feel without Manson and Ned. But man, has Dr. Dan become a real douchebag. I give his performance 2 giant Hogan farts. Finally, I would like to ask all of the Bubba Army and Hulkamaniacs out there to check out Hogan's Hangout in Clearwater and to call vh1.com and vote for Brookie. Hootie out, brother.
That took a lot, but then it took me many hours of figuring out AI and recording things to pull that off. So it started out, the look on your face, and then it got a little too real for me. Anyways, Bubba, we're here to honor you, and I can't wait to hear you angrily tear apart everybody here. But you are truly one of the best people I've ever met in my life, and I'm honored to be here today to honor you. So thank you very much, buddy.
Well, thank you, Brian. That was funny. You did a great job. Lummy, what do we got here?
We have Jason Lindquist, 20, James Haas, 20, Curtis Enright, 20, Lummy's sucking dick, 10, Scooter Love, $100, and don't forget, you can get Bubba's
Come on.
Lummy's approved by Tom Bean. Coming soon.
He's just proof that fat, drunk, and stupid's no way to go through life. So, Bubba, where do I start? Well, probably at the appetizers. We love you, Bubba. I've known you for 25 years, which means I've done boob jobs with about 12.5 of your girlfriends. And, if history repeats itself, it's just a matter of time. Before I do another one, I got at least 2 or 3 more, man. But I think both you and I understand that life is better with little sprinkles on top. Bubba, we've been really close, and I mean, I've seen you naked like many, many, many times, and it's surprisingly impressive. I've been there for you when you needed me, but you've also been there when I've needed you, and you've always been a really true friend. You've been a radio legend, and it's amazing how you've always been right. I mean, every time people think you're crazy, you're right. And every time you try a new idea, you get in trouble. But you've led all of us to follow you just so wonderfully through this journey that we've all been a part of. And it's been a lot of fun. God, you keep everybody just laughing and following you because you are really iconic. You are a hero. And and it's amazing. You've gone through a huge transition over the years. You've lost so much weight. I mean, my God, there were times I was really, 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 really jealous because you got so many girls. I mean, girls that can so tall that they can tease you by dangling their keys up there where you can't reach them, and girls with boobs so big that you can't really talk to them because all I can do is stare at their tits, and girls that you let all your friends except me, of course, fuck. But it's we're good friends, but not that good of friends club. But Bubba, thank you, and I'm going to give you the floor, but just remember I do get the last word. So, Bubba the Love Sponge!
Everybody has done such a great job here tonight, and a lot of the material that I was going to talk about has already been brought up with all the brilliance behind me. But I did get a quick text from Seth I'd like to share with you. This comes from Seth by proxy. I hope Dark Match Steve isn't nervous when he hits the Glory Hole rest stop in Winter Haven tonight. Holy shit, Anna, why can't you be this funny on the show? Merch Crick is definitely sleeping in her cage tonight. Dan is drunker than Nick Hogan's wife. Tom Bean owns a bunch of dominoes but looks like Colonel Sanders. And those are your Seth Kushner's contributions. Lummy, what can I say other than God bless your little heart? You try so hard. You're my little guy. And, if this doesn't work out for you, which I know it will because I'll never fire you because you're so loyal and we need things lifted around here. But, you could always go and move your family to Kansas City and tell everybody you're Travis Kelce's autistic brother. I mean, you could just you'd be killing it. Can you think of the following that you'd have, my friend?
Oh, big time.
And, I know that I kind of know why you, spending not that much time out back and observing the goats like you do, but watching them and seeing what their idiosyncrasies are, it looks like one of the reasons why you gravitate to them and you take such great care of them is it emulates your home life. Like you're Hootie and Ashley is Baby. And we all know what happens back there, don't we? So we're always rooting for Hootie not to get butt fucked. But every time I look back there, Baby's just pounding the shit out of that ass. So, Dark Match Steve, what the fuck were we thinking? I mean, you're funny and all, and you make great songs, but we got worked into a fucking shoot by a mark. What the fuck? I mean, look at the absolute brilliance and the ties that I have to all these people, from Tom Bean to Lummy to Anna to the Merch Crick, who is sleeping in her cage tonight. And then we let a fucking Mark infiltrate this most precious world. God, we're fucking losing it. Jay, what do you say about Jay? I mean, he was the third of three. He had third generation pre-pissed bathwater, poor guy. I mean, and then you know how Dan rolls around as an adult. Can you imagine how much of a fucking asshole he was when he was 12 and Jay was like 8? Poor little Jay. I mean, He's calm and everything now, but let me tell you something. I have seen him lose his shit before on Steve. It was just a couple of months ago. We were in a conference call in Jay's office, and we had Steve on the other line, and Steve's really just being super cool, like, you know, saying some cool shit, and then Jay just fucking loses it out of nowhere. Like, am I right or wrong? Fucking loses it, makes me uncomfortable and everything. I think it's just all those flashbacks and shit from, you know, being the youngest, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, Jay kind of realizes that he fucked up, and he says, "Steve, I'm so very sorry for yelling at you. Please forgive me." Anyway, Jay, Dan doesn't appreciate the fact that you've had so many fucking insurance claims on the track that no longer Ferraris are no longer insurable on the track. And then, Jay, you know, the other thing is this: you really, really are stupid, to be honest with you, because most people that elope because maybe the family doesn't like the woman, or she's maybe not that pretty, or your fucking wife is a dime piece, and those are the ones that you have very public weddings for everybody to see, and you go and elope. The fuck, Jay? Anyway, I did get a text from Steve, and he said, you may tease Jay about this. He's horrible at math, but he can tell you what 1/3 of any number is.
The lawyer in me.
Erica. Living proof that human trafficking does work. I better watch out. She might put 3 in me, right? Fucking right here. You never know. I'm just trying to see here what I can say. Okay, I think we're done with Erica. Anna, I was excited with this box here. I thought it might be cash. Anna, she flexes her guns and raisins, and it's only to distract you that she has the body of a 13-year-old Jewish boy without a bar mitzvah. Anna finally opened her vagina up last year. It only took a $15 Walmart gift card. Mom, Janie Cakes, look at you. Nearly 70 years old and still just cute as fuck, Mom. I can only imagine how hot you were. I said almost 70. You're 67. You're how old are you? You're 7. Yeah, you're gonna be 80. That makes you even.
Diacos either.
Okay, Mom, I was getting to your tits. Okay, I'm getting to your all-natural tits. Tom Bean's been looking at them all night long. I can see why you were the hot piece of ass in Warsaw, Indiana, back in the '60s. And a lot of people, you know, I've made some sexual, you know, indiscretions over my lifetime, and probably a lot of it has to do with you. I mean, at the end of the day, you and Dad probably weren't in love when you conceived me over the transmission of a '65 Impala, calling me a shiftless bastard all of my life. I probably have a lot of my sexual DNA in my body because of you, and so thank you for that, I think. And then, I mean, like my sister, I mean, you know, she's a sexual freak as well. I mean, we all knew, Tara ran loose at Purdue. She really was. I mean, she fucked Glenn Robinson, Rod Woodson, Drew Brees, Mike Allstott, Mel Gray, Brad Miller. I mean, any famous fucking athlete that went to Purdue ran through Tara's guts. I'm just telling you that right now. And now that vagina is claimed by an Egyptian. So, I mean, look, we don't have a chance. Tara wore her favorite costume tonight, which is me with a wig. She's truly been my angel. She really has. I had some bad people in my life, and I really feel guilty that, you know, really, I've had some bad people in my life that's done some bad things to me, but you actually sneaked one of them into my house and fucked him. Oh, yeah. I was sleeping. She snuck Spice Boy right up in that bitch. Tom. Wow. You can't roast the guy. I wouldn't even be here today. I remember 2017. Tom Bean says, "Come up to my office," which I hate, by the way. I fucking hate. I hate going to Tom's office. I could have win Powerball, and I need to go talk to Tom how we're going to cash the check in, and I'd still be I'd hate to go to his office. So 2017, I've lost it all. I've lost my house, get ready to lose the studio. And he says, "Listen, we got to fucking put you on the internet. There's this thing called Twitch, and you're going to be able to maybe resurrect yourself." Well, which inevitably turned out to why we're here tonight as well, is that we digitized our content. And so this isn't a roast to Tom. This is more of an appreciation. I can remember like it was yesterday. We were with Howard Stern and his people, Don Buchwald, and we roll up to Sirius, and we own all of our shit, just like Tom, back in '94 when Tom Bean made me not an employee and an independent contractor, making us own all of our content. And Tom Bean's all buttoned the fuck up and shit. And we have all these Jewish gentlemen in a room. They're great businessmen, by very good businessmen, and they're asking Tom how much we're going to have to pay Clear Channel to get the rights to rebroadcast some of my best of stuff. And Tom just says, "Well, nothing, because we own all of our stuff." And they're like, "We just had to pay CBS $5 million for all of Howard shit." So Tom Bean has been truly my angel, and I truly only have one thing to tell Tom, and that back in 2011 when I was rolling hard and before the sex tape came out and everybody hated me, it was probably kind of cool to say you got married by Bubba the Love Sponge. But if I was a betting guy, I would think that you and Gina probably tell people you eloped nowadays. Brian, did you 409 your Amazon packages today? Brian's fantasy three-way would be him, his wife, and Dr. Fauci. Oh yeah, Anthony, tell me about that Delta 9 variant, you motherfucker. Get some of that. He's good. He's had 42 vaccinations. He's okay. He'll be having a heart attack in about a week. Dr. Dan, this finally, and this will be it for me. Dr. Dan, how. My boyfriend, my non-sexual boyfriend, who has seen my penis in many operations. How much did you have to pay the former writers of How I Met Your Mom for all those cheese-ass jokes that you had tonight, buddy? Typical Dan. He thinks he killed it, but it was pretty much sucked. About as funny as taking a gun to the airport or sending a dick pic. And with that, I am done. More importantly, thank you to God. I didn't think we could get 24 or 5 people in here, and I think the air conditioning. Thank you, Travis. The air conditioning kept up, and thank you to each and every person behind me tonight and the opportunity to be here with you. And I think this roast was very successful. It's going to be an annual thing. It's going to be next year will be Bubba's second annual holiday roast, and we just have to determine who's we're going to roast. And right now, it's either Dan, Seth. Probably between those two, Dan or Seth will be on the hot, or Brian will be on the hot seat tonight. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it back over to your roast master, Dan, to close out the ceremonies. And thank you very much, everybody. Give yourself a hand, and thank you so very much.
Thank you, Bubba. Thank you, Bubba. I have a PSA. If anyone's seen Seth's dick, please call 813-90-BUBBA. I've had a lot of fun tonight, Bubba. You've been a good sport, and we have a few more bits though we'd like to call out before we leave.
You didn't say me on the roast, so I may get fired. But Samantha Fox jet skiing, $100. Keith, $200. David V, 50 on the Venmo, and Jason Key, 25.
So, Bubba, I want to thank, first of all, I want to thank our audience. I want to thank everyone that's watching us tonight and watches us in the future. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. The Bubba Army. I'd also like to thank our roasters. Everyone did a great job. We had a few surprises. A few people I expected to kill it. A couple people that made me a little irritated and annoyed. Just the thought of looking at Brian and being in the same room with him gives me diarrhea. But that's okay. Ladies, I hope you didn't wet your pants giggling, because I did. And Bubba, thank you for, because of you, we all are here. You bring a smile to so many people every day. You make life, which is sometimes frustrating, sad, and irritating, a little better for everyone that has the privilege and the opportunity to hear you. So, Bubba, thank you for being a good sport tonight. And again, thank you everyone for joining us. I would like to thank Rhett. He and his dog both smell a lot like peanut butter tonight, so I think they've been, doing a couple little things there. And I'd like to thank Mach for putting this all together and all the infrastructure. You've done a great job. I'd like to thank our Bubba Army royalty for helping keep us on the air. Jimmy K for being a good-looking stud with his cousin here tonight with him. Oh my God, I bet, man. They know all the places where you can go to that back room. There's no sex in the champagne room, but you can butt fuck. So anyway. I'm on a roll here, so maybe I can't stop yet. Brian, come on, Brian, we're going. It's you and me, kid. So thank you. Y'all have a good night. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's. Go Bubba Army. Follow us. Love us. We love you. Thank you, everybody, and have a good night.
Thanks for letting me finish. You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
Me, Bubba the Love Sponge.
Co-host and show historian, Lummy.
Co-host, Anna Hummel.
Co-host, Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire of Council. Co-host, J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council.
Rhett, the Filthy Ginger video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
And for everything else, go to thebubbaarmy.com.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I repeat hello.